This is Daryl Mark with ApexInvesting.com talking about Be the Sniper, Be the Target. We're going to do an NQ chart review today. And we talk about, you're the sniper, the target, your choice, make it today. If you want to sign up for our trade room and our tools and our training, you can get free access for 30 days with no credit card at ApexInvesting.com/bootcamp. As always, we've got to throw up risk disclosures. There's risk involved in investing. Know what you do before you're doing it. And a reminder, ApexTraderFunding.com has launched. There's 30% off the first month. You got to use coupon code APEX30. A reminder, that is a coupon code tied to Apex. If you are an affiliate, which we have an affiliate program at ApexTraderFunding.com at the bottom, where you can earn 15% on evaluations and resets for life. Just go ahead and sign up for that, but make sure you request your own coupon code. But the Apex coupon code is APEX30. Again, that is good through October 15th, 2021. All right. So are y'all ready to review some charts? Haven't done that in a couple weeks. Let me grab the chart and move it on over here. Oh. There we go. All right. Oh, you want the Harry Potter wand? Of course. 1 second. Hey there, David. Let's see. Let me pull it back up here. Pull the chart back up. There we go. All right, so let's get started here and see what we got. All right, we got an SLZ. Is that a valid SLZ? Yes, it is. If you're within 1 tick of a major level, you can take it. So, right off the start there, we got a nice profitable trade. That's one winning trade for the day. One of the few that you can trade right into a level if it's within 1 tick of a level. All right, we got a TX. Let me move my thing over here a little bit. We got a TX short. Is that a valid trade? It's an ETX. It has obstructions. It's going into a wall and a dynamic magnet. It's also an well, no, it's not an HD. Because we had a lower number here, and it's got to be on the second pullback, so it's not an HD. So not a valid trade going into a wall and a dynamic magnet. So we skip that one. We got a TX long. Going right into a wall. We're going to take that trade? Does it meet any of the rules? No, it does not meet any of the rules, so no trade. All right. Moving forward here. All right, we got a TX short. Is it a valid trade? Quill chop. No trade. Got a TX long. Is it a valid trade? It's got HD. It does have low DR, but that's allowed on an HD. So it coils down, coils back up. What do you do? Get out at break even. That's right. Okay, so we're out of that trade at break even. Anytime you get into a trade and it coils, hop out. Wait on our next TX here. This is only like a couple minutes of time that we're passing through, even though it feels like a lot. Just gotta be patient, wait for the setups. There we go. All right, we got a TX short there. Is that a valid trade? No, going right into a dev on top of that. Good thing we didn't take it. We got a TX short. Valid trade or not a valid trade? Not a valid trade. Got another TX short. Is that a valid trade? If you're saying no, look at it twice. So ETX and an HD combined. The trade is the last bar on my screen. It's not an ODD, it's an HD. So we had this number, then we had first pullback, then we had second pullback, 125% or larger. No way to Paul right there near a mini magnet as well. And so there we go. Can I make it a little bigger? Don't have much. I can do that. Does that help out a little bit? 2-0 so far. All right, we got a TX long. Is that valid? $950 was an ETX, I believe, but it was also an HD. Coil chop, no trade. We got double TX. We're gonna take it in the middle of all that coil chop. No. All right, now we got a TX long. Is that a valid trade? No, does not meet any of our rules. No setup, that's right. Now we got a TX short. Is that a valid trade? Yes, it is. Because it's HD. There we go. What do you do after 3-0? Done for the day. We'll keep going though, okay? Now you shouldn't keep. Should you keep going as a trader? All right, we'll keep going though. Don't worry about it. We'll get some more review in here. Go through 11 o'clock. It may be a short webinar, but that's okay. All right, so do we have a valid short right here? That's correct. We got an ETX. The FTX, the DR isn't high enough, but we do have an ETX. Got a mini magnet weighing on an existing ZOI. All right, winning trade. So if you didn't count the last one because it was only 120%, you still got your 3-0. All right, so now we're pushing it because we're continuing to go. All right, we got a TX short. Is that a valid trade? Coil chop, no trade. All right, now we got an SLZ long. Is that a valid SLZ? It is valid. It gets up there. Let's see if it made it to the take profit. Got 1006, 225. 10.064, so it made it 9 ticks. Did not quite hit or take profit by a tick. And that trade would have lost. And you would have been sad that you didn't stop at your 3-0, right? Anybody been there, done that before? Or everybody, everybody's innocent on that one, right? All right, let's keep going. Yeah, exactly. Then you start revenge trading, blowing your accounts. Slow and steady wins the race. All right, we got a TX long here. Is that valid? Our range bound, you're in the middle of a range, not quite an HD because it's only 111%. So we didn't take that one. Now we got a TX long. Is that a valid trade? Is it any valid trade setup? Oh, this one was not an ETX. Somebody asked, was it an ETX? No, because the Paul and Mini Magnet are on the same bar. It has to be within 2 ticks of an existing Paul Mini Magnet, ZOI, or I block. Now this one is an ETX. It's going right into a wall, so I probably wouldn't take the trade, even though it's a valid ETX. ETXs do have the tendency to break through levels. So, that's something to keep aware of, but, normally I just like to avoid that kind of stuff, but it would have won if you did take it. And again, ETXs often do break through levels. We got a TX short. Is that a valid trade? Nope. Not a valid setup. All right, now we got a TX short. Is that a valid trade? Yeah, it's a great ODD. Right off double mini magnets. Only 9% compared to the previous. That trade was a winning trade. Solid winning trade. All right, now we got a TX long. Is that a valid trade? No trade, not a valid setup. That is correct. You would have been glad you didn't take it. Got a third bar swing. Can we take that third bar swing? No. Why not? Too late in the trend, and it's in 2-3 bar chop. Often third bar swings will be in 2-3 bar chop, but it's just too late in the trend. Now we got a TX short. Is that a valid trade? HD going into a wall. What should you do now on this trade? Get out at break even. If you took the thing into a wall, get out at break even. And you'd have been glad you did. Moving forward here. It's a good sniper day. We had a lot of snipers. All right, we got a TX short right here. Is that a valid setup? I would not take an HD into a wall, no. It's an FTX, but it's DR high enough. Is it above the yellow line? Nope. So it doesn't meet the rules. All right, we got another TX short. We're going to take it to those double dynamic magnets. Nope, and we got coil chop. And we'd be glad we avoided that one. Helps to know the rules. By the way, I cannot stress how important doing replay like I am, where you just go back to the beginning of the day and then just move forward with your right arrow. One bar at a time will speed up your ability to see these things. If you'll do it every day, you will get the system down really fast. If you don't do it every day, it'll take you a long time. Whoa, went a little too far there. All right, we got a TX short. Is that a valid trade? Yes, we got ODD, where this number is 85% of the previous number. So it has one pull up and then the second pull up, boom. 85% with a TX weight on it, and it's a winning trade. So the one thing that could have kept you out of this trade would be what? Not double clusters, but crocodile eyes. So all those, like, all these clusters right here in between your entry and your take profit. So that would have been a good reason to stay out of it. If you did take it, it would have won, but you're taking a lot of risk when you do it. All right, we got a SLZ that's more than one tick away from the wall. Do we take that trade? We're also in 2 to 3 bar chop. So no trade. Would have worked out, but that's okay. We're more interested in missing out on the ones that lose than we are on missing out the ones that win. All right, we got a TX short here. Is this a valid trade? No trade. That's right, was no valid setup. All right, now we got a TX long. Is that a valid setup? No trade. Doesn't meet any of the setup rules. 115% there. And going into just a lot of stuff. Got a double TX going against the trend in 2 to 3 bar chop. So do we take that? Yeah, I'll get running into 4 ZOIs, so no trade. Y'all are rocking it today. Y'all are making this go way fast. All right, we got another double TX. Again, now this one's range bound. It is a valid range bound one. Oh, I did miss one, didn't I? Got a TX short there. Is that a valid TX short? It's an ODD, but it's in 2 to 3 bar chop, so I would not take it. Make sense? Now we get a double TX in a range bound coming off double mini magnets. Can you take double TXs against DR in range bound markets? If there's room to the top? Yes, you can. Yep, your take profits before the dynamic magnet. I'd call it more range than chop. So, and that trade would have won. We got another double TX, same level, range bound, but this time going into a wall. Yeah, I would pass on it because it's going into a wall on this one. If you did get into it, you get out there, break even. Now we got a TX short. Can't believe how fast we're going. Nope. Not a valid trade. Another TX short. Nope, we got ODD, but it's going into what? Yeah, wall and a ZOI. We're sort of stuck in this little range here too, so it's sort of a dangerous area to trade in. We got a TX long. Do we take it? And I know that could feel like forever, but that was only 4 minutes of that being range bound. Nope, not a valid trade. Got an SLZ. Breaking through one dynamic magnet, but with another dynamic magnet right in front of it. Yeah, I'd say it's iffy. If it's iffy, I'm going to stay away from it. It did work out, but I would have stayed away from it. All right, now we got another TX long. It could be on the side of the level. I just didn't like the fact that it was straddled by 2 dynamic magnets. So this is going back into those dynamic magnets. It is an ODD, but be a good reason to avoid it. Would have worked out. Again, I'd always wish I have something I don't, as have something I wish I didn't. Now we're coming back up to the top of that range from before, starting to break out of it. No, that would have made a good simplicity. All right, we got a TX short. Is that a valid trade? Nope. Got an SLZ long. Is that a valid setup? Yes, it is. And it's a winner. Coming right off of a wall. Very good. All right, we got a TX short. Is that a valid trade? That last SLZ didn't really have crocodile eyes. It literally just had one cluster above the entry. Gotta have 2 to have eyes. It's not crocodile eye. So not a valid setup. And if it was, what would you have done? Right there. Break even. It didn't lay a ZOI or it didn't lay a PAW or mini magnet. That's why it wasn't an ETX. All right, we got a double TX inside this chop. Do we take it? No trade. We got an FTX. Do we take it? Chop and DR is not high enough. Oh, now we got a TX long. It's ODD. Where would we want to take our profit on this trade? Before the wall. All right, so we would have taken it like right before the wall. You'd have moved your stop down if you had time there. Either way, it was profitable. Got a TX short. Got coil chop going on. Not a valid trade. Now we got a TX long. Same thing. Coil chop. Not a valid trade. Now we got a TX short. Nope. No setup. Lots of snipers today. Got an SLZ short. No major level. That's right. So no trade. And going into a wall that's far away. And you're glad you didn't take it. of simplicity move down there and back on up. Now we got a TX short. Do we take it? No trade. Got a TX long. Entries on the other side of the wall. So, yep, valid ODD and profitable. Now we got a TX long. Is it a valid setup? Nope, not a valid setup. Now we got an SLZ long. Now that is not a wall, it's a 15,000 level marker, just so you know. Alright, so not a valid setup. Now we got another SLZ. Nope, because 15,000 is just a marker we have in there. It is not a wall or major level. Now we got a TX short. Coil chop. Now we got a TX long. Coil chop. Now we got a TX short. Chop. Let's see. Now we got an FTX short. That is an HD trade. You know what, you're right. That was an ETX. Again, coming out of 2 to 3 bar chop, but it was an ETX. Okay, so here we got our HD short. What should you do now? Get out of it. Break even. Would have won, but safe than sorry. Oh, I just skipped 2 of them. Whoops. All right, we got a TX long. Yes, an HD long. And a winner. And we got another TX. This one's a short. Not a valid trade, and we hit 11 o'clock. So were there a lot of winning trades today? I mean, there was one losing trade, but there was a lot of winning trades. You just had to be patient, be precise. Right? So did y'all... Now, who in here is actually doing market reviews? Like where you stop each day and you go back and you go 1 bar at a time. It really allows you to slow down, doesn't it? The more you do it, it allows you to slow down and it builds that muscle memory. And then you get faster when there's live markets. A lot of people think that they'll get faster just by doing it live. But I think those that have been around for a while realize that doing the market reviews is how you actually get faster. I wouldn't even bother with market replay because market replay is just going to help you practice execution. You can practice execution in Sim. So market reviews where you get to stop and go, is this a valid trade? And you get to look around and see and pause it. Because the thing is, if you're doing market replay, it can be going really fast or really slow. It doesn't really help you. It's just like trading live. But doing market reviews like this is how you get your mind's eye trained to see what you need to see. The 15,000 level on the charts, because it's a major level, as you can see how much we oscillated around that today. Just to make you aware of it. The biggest suggestion I could make for you, Mario, is do market reviews and you'll get faster. Also, you can use the chart trader, the plugin that we have, and you could use the automation tool that we have. But either way, you're going to need to be able to get faster at seeing it, and the only way you're going to get faster is doing what I just did today. Going bar by bar and taking time to do that. And if you will take the time to do that, you will get faster. So you can always look at ES and YM. ES can be painfully slow. YM's not going to give you as many trades. ES just has, you know, if NQ is moving really fast, ES will usually move pretty decent. But the more you do market reviews, the more you'll be able to trade NQ. That's pretty much all I trade is NQ. Yeah, it basically teaches you how to see the answers to the test. Valid trade or not valid trade. The way I do bar by bar is I just open up my charts like normal. I scroll back. And then I just press the right arrow key. Like that. That's it. Now, how's everybody doing on... Is everybody liking the new funding? You'd like to trade your Apex funding account and your real funding account at the same time? Yeah, all you got to do is have your own key with Ninja. And if you have your own key with Ninja, you can trade your live account and you can trade the Apex funding account as well. Use the copier and it will copy trades for you. Yeah, I usually trade between 9 and 11. How Order Prince works, we use algorithms that we've written like over the last decade that we've tested to basically measure all the orders that come in, and because the market works to fulfill orders, and so it reads the orders that come in and it looks at the algorithm to determine the prints. It's within 2 ticks, Eamon. My bad. Yeah, SLZ can be within 2 ticks. How do I trade Sniper while watching Simplicity? Well, Simplicity only prints a bar every 30 seconds. So I have one Sniper chart up and I have one Simplicity chart up. Can the trade copier copy from NQ to MNQ? Yes, it can. You just watch the video on it. It'll show you how you right click and you choose crossover and it'll trade NQ to MNQ. A personal and an LLC license at the same time. You would need to put a virtual machine on your computer. If you search VM or virtual machine in Fax, we show you how to set up a virtual machine, and you can set up a virtual machine on your computer, and then you can basically have 2 ninjas open. The order copier lets you, the trade copier lets you place one trade and it'll copy to other accounts simultaneously. The buys, the sells, you move your take profits, your stops, all that. All right. Well, like I said, it was a short webinar. Y'all were on top of it today. I do not enable TX and double TX all the time. I got to make sure it's a valid trade on the automation. It has to be a valid trade. It has to be like an ODD or an HD. It has to be a DTX within a range. You know, that type thing. But yeah, if y'all will do this practice, it will really pay off for you. So make sure you're doing your market reviews so you can improve your trading and get better. And I think that's all we got. So I'll see y'all in the room in the morning. Sound good? All right, see y'all in the trade room tomorrow morning. Night.